Good evening. This is the winter storm update for my Pope family in Norfolk, Virginia. It's about 8:45 p.m. and we're going to talk about the weather and what's going on with this winter system that we have developing to the south and heading up your way. So here's what we're going to talk about. This low pressure system right here that's actually off our coast now. This map is just a couple hours old, but we have low pressure developing off the South Carolina coast that's deepening. This is a transfer of energy from low pressure over Georgia, and with a cold front drawing down and warm, moist air pulling up from the Caribbean, the Gulf, and all of this area where it's warmer, it's actually spreading this warm, moist air up the coastline through North Carolina and up into Virginia as we speak. So we're going to see these air temperatures start to come up, and the rains are going to increase over your area as this warm surge comes up. Now, once this low pressure system travels across North Carolina and off your coastline, then we'll start to see a wraparound effect where these colder air temperatures are going to start pulling back in from the northwest and even west-northwest and pushing that freezing line back to the east over Virginia Beach and off the coastline. That's going to be sometime tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow night. So we'll get into that in just a moment, but for right now, I want to take a look at this is SPC mapping. It's mesoscale analysis, and this kind of is another way to show that low pressure system developing off the South Carolina coast. This one is losing its core. It's transferring all of its energy to this low as the warm airs wrap around. This is called cyclogenesis in meteorology, where we have this low pressure system develop, it transfers into this, and then what we have is a deepening low pressure system that's now at 998 millibars, and that pressure is going to start to fall as this storm heads up to the northeast across North Carolina into Delmarva. And once it gets here, it's probably going to acquire its lowest pressure there and maybe stick around for some time, wobble around and out off the coastline, and provide some additional snow showers around down to the area. So enough about that. I want to take a look at Datascope. This is what we use in WeatherFlow. And one major thing that is going on up there, you're going to have a lot of coastal erosion, some high winds. Right now there's northeast winds really kicking through the area. The Chesapeake Lighthouse had 50 to 58 mile-an-hour winds just a little bit ago. So we're seeing some really strong surges in the winds as that warm air rises up, the gradient tightens, and then you have these strong winds that rip through the area. Middle Ground Lighthouse is 38 miles an hour, gusts to 43, and this is going to be the norm for tonight. You're going to see these gusts pick up until that low pressure draws closer to the area. Then the winds will subside. They'll switch up. There may be a lulling through early morning tomorrow and into tomorrow afternoon before the wraparound occurs and the snow bands start coming in from the northwest. So here's Datascope, another one in motion. And this kind of shows the radar with the gust lines, and you can see some of those earlier values at 50 to 58 Chesapeake Light Tower. And right now, currently, this map takes just a second to update. It's 45 to 51, so it looks like the winds are they're holding on. But if you look to the south, you start to see this southerly flow off the coast here at Charleston Buoy, and even down here at Frying Pan Shoals near where these storm lines are developing off the Gulf Stream about 60 to 80 miles out. So that's additional energy feeding up into the system, and when you get this moisture, warmth trying to wrap around the system, it tries to dispel the cold air, and it's very technical, but the bottom line is that the storm is developing. The low pressure is going to start deepening, and winds will pick up tomorrow, and that colder air will pick up tomorrow as well. Here's further evidence of that freezing line being just west of the Chesapeake area, west of Norfolk, and that line was almost over you earlier, so you probably saw a few flakes, maybe had some freezing rain or some sleet mixed in there as well. Some of the earlier storm spotters were reporting snow around late afternoon into the evening hours, and that has ended, and we're going to be expecting this warm surge of rain, heavy rain, maybe even some thunderstorms tonight through the early morning hours into late morning tomorrow, and then the numbers will start to decrease. So here we go. This is what we call a computer model, and I'm going to go back and start from scratch here. This is the North American model. It's a 4-kilometer. It's a high resolution. But really what it is just one model of many that meteorologists use to determine which way a storm's going to go and what's going to happen. And this one is showing the freezing precipitation involved with this low. And I'm going to start from scratch. So I'm just going to push it forward in time as we get into about 1 in the morning tonight. That low will start to come off of the Virginia Beach coast. So it's going to travel pretty quickly as it gets lifted to the north. And then tomorrow you can see where this freezing line is right here, and watch what happens on the next slide. So we go further in time to early morning, and then we get into mid-morning, And then here we go into early afternoon, and you can see where that freezing line has pushed all the way through to the coast. So this one is banking on winds wrapping around that colder air with snow showers moving into the area, and that should last, if we go even further in the frames, that would last into tomorrow night, early morning Sunday hours, and then probably stop. Snow showers from this model look to end early Sunday morning. So once this low kind of moves out over the Atlantic off to the east-northeast, then you'll see the clouds start to clear. You'll get some partly cloudy skies. High temperatures look to be about 37 degrees for Sunday. And then you get down below freezing again Sunday night. So black ice might be an issue Sunday night. But then as you get into Monday, we have a bit of a warming trend Monday into Tuesday into the low to mid 40s. So whatever frozen precip does accumulate over your area doesn't look to stick around for very long, because there is some warming factor to help get that stuff melted. So here's another model look at what's going to happen with the system. I'm going to start it back from scratch again. This is another look at the 4-kilometer NAM4, and I'm just going to push play on the loop. It's just a kind of a cool thing to look at. Here's the low going up the coastline quickly off the Virginia Delmarva area. It kind of sits around there for a little while, and that's where you're going to see those wraparound snow showers tomorrow in the green, and then that's going to clear out by Sunday, and that will pretty much do it for this system. I think you guys are in pretty good shape there. You're not getting 18 to 30 inches of snow like some of these areas on the Allegheny front and up in the mountainous areas and just downslope of the mountains. But I think you guys are gonna weather it pretty well. And I want to go back to the GRE on radar real quick and just take a look at these rain showers moving through your area. So here's Virginia Beach and the Norfolk area, and we're on the water vapor loop. It's taking just a second to load here. But you can see what's going on. So you guys have a lot of rain heading your way tonight, and temperatures. Definitely want to take a quick look at the temperatures as well. So you can see this warm air making it all the way up into just on the eastern side of Norfolk. So there are some freezing temperatures earlier. Now that the temperatures are starting to rise on as the loop goes on. So the Air Force Base here at 34 degrees, and then just to the east you're still seeing some freezing temperatures, but those warm temperatures are starting to spread westward, and you can even see down here in the Outer Banks at 61 degrees where it was 40 degrees earlier. So it's about a 20 to 21 degree jump in temperatures from this warm air surge, or we call a warm air injection into the system. Going to the north, and that will be the trend tonight into tomorrow morning and into midday before things start to cool down, and hopefully we'll see some snow showers for those kids. And but the main thing is accumulations. I'm still going to stick to 2 to 4 inches, like I said in the Facebook thread. So you guys take care, stay safe, and stay warm, and I'll be talking to you soon.